What's up YouTube? Jeff back again today with a very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And today, continuing my Galaxy S24 Ultra coverage, today I have the S24 Ultra and my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And today I want to give you guys 10 reasons that the Galaxy S24 Ultra absolutely destroys the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So if you were thinking, should you buy a Galaxy S24 Ultra or should you buy an iPhone 15 Pro Max? Well, I'm here to tell you that the Galaxy S24 Ultra is definitely the way to go and show you exactly why that is the case. Before we get started, I want to thank my son Jonathan. He always gives us some dinos to hang out. We got the Brachiosaurus and the Stegosaurus. Also want to remind you, if you haven't already ordered a Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra, and you plan to, you can get a free mystery box from us with a case, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand. All you have to do, very simple, use my Samsung affiliate link to order your device. It's on my website, which is in the pinned comment description. Then submit the verification form. It's a Google form. Fill out your shipping information. We start shipping these on February 5th. They'll ship throughout the month. Mystery Box program does end January 31st, 2024. So this will be taken down at that point if you're watching this video after that. Unfortunately, we do it every year though. So if you want to sign up for the next one, you can certainly do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. As usual, I have a Google Keep document here in my pop-up window to talk about the different reasons, and these are the 10 reasons that I think the Galaxy S24 Ultra is a superior device to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The first one is the S Pen. So this is basically one of many things that the Galaxy S24 Ultra has that the iPhone just doesn't have, and it seems like Apple never wants to bring an S Pen or an Apple Pencil support. I knocked over the Stegosaurus there. I'm going to move him back to the iPhone. So you have your S Pen, with Air Command. I actually just made a full video on this. So if you're interested in checking out all the different S Pen features you can get, like the Microsoft Equation Solver, Bixby Vision, Translate, Magnify on your Galaxy S24 Ultra, I'll drop a link below to that. You got the nice blur in the background when you use your Air Command menu. You can also add a bunch of other cool things and customize your S Pen. Use pretty much any app that you want with this menu. And it's not just for taking notes. So a lot of people say, well, I don't take a lot of notes, so I don't really care about this particular feature. But you can also crop things from your social media to post them with Smart Select. Like I said, do translation, do drawing, coloring. There's a million ways to use the S Pen. It's really not just for notes whatsoever. And it's one of those features that I really love so much. I could not live without having this in my daily driver. And it's one of the reasons I cannot use the iPhone as my daily driver because of that. The next one is the text call and all of the new AI features on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, Apple does have some AI features on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but definitely not to the level that Samsung went all in with the S24 Ultra. So if you actually go into the settings on the S24 Ultra, there's actually a separate submenu if you scroll down here and find advanced features where you see advanced intelligence. And there's so many different ways you can use the AI on this phone. One of my favorite ones is to use the Bixby text call or live translate. There's a couple of different ways you can use this for live translate. If you have a call and the other person speaks a different language, well, then you can utilize the live translate to get it into your language and then also translate what you're saying into the other person's language. That's a great feature. The other thing you can use is the text call feature inside the phone as well. And in fact, inside phone, you'll see live translate as one of them. And then if you go into the phone menu over here, I'll show you in settings, go to settings down here, text call, which is right here. Text call basically allows Bixby to answer your call for you. And then Bixby will, read some quick responses. And you can also choose to hang up the call or take the call. So this is basically like Google's call screen feature. They've had it for a while, but they changed the name of it from Bixby text call to just text call now that they've come up with all these new AI features. In addition to that, there's a bunch of other cool things like Samsung Keyboard, new AI grammar features, as well as chat translation. All of this stuff can also be done on device if you don't want to do it in the cloud. It's just a little slower. Samsung Notes can summarize your notes for you, which you take a bunch of notes for school or work. It can auto-summarize those using advanced AI, just like ChatGPT does. You've got AI editing features inside the photo editor that will do advanced replacement, things like that. Samsung Internet has some new AI features, summarize and translate also, just like with the notes and with translation on the calls that you can use for web pages. So there's so many cool things with the AI, and a bunch of these things are missing from the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Samsung has really taken it to the next level, and I think they've beaten even Google on some of these AI features at the end of the day. The next thing is Circle to Search. So this is another feature that is exclusive to the Galaxy S24 series for now. It will eventually come to other Samsung devices as well, but for now it is exclusive to the S24 series. Now, if you go into a web page, for instance, like if you're on my website here in the mystery box, if you're using gestures, you can go ahead and, oops, it looks like it auto-launched Siri over there. If you long press down here on the gesture bar, you can circle anything on the web page and it'll automatically search that in Google search for you and find other relevant searches, which is absolutely fantastic. You can use this on any website, any page that you're on. It's a feature that Samsung came up in with collaboration with Google, so it works great. And another thing that I really like about this feature is that if you are someone who uses the S Pen a lot, just go back there, you can then utilize the S Pen for a little more precise circling. So you can see here, if you long press down here, kind of hard to do behind the camera with the long press in the circle, but if you circle this, you'll then see my logo. It'll take you directly to my website. It is very accurate, very good. So if you're on a particular web page, it'll bring up some searches relevant to that web page, but it'll also bring up other things that are relevant, like you see Samsung, because my site is indeed all about Samsung. And so for that reason, it brings up the Samsung information as well. Circle to search is a great feature, exclusive to the S24 series, but will come to other Samsung phones very soon. The next thing is fingerprint sensor and face unlock. So of course, one of the things I hate about the iPhone, and especially when I'm using it behind the camera like this, Face ID doesn't always work the best behind the camera. Now, Face ID is quite nice in general, quite accurate, but I think it would be really nice if Apple would include a fingerprint sensor. And the Galaxy phones, including the S24 Ultra, have not only face unlock, but they also have fingerprint sensor, which is very fast and accurate built into the display. I don't know why Apple hasn't brought Touch ID back into a in-display fingerprint sensor. They're very accurate, they're very good, they've improved a lot over time, and there's really no reason at this point to not have a fingerprint sensor. Having the option to use one or the other or both is certainly superior, and at the end of the day, Samsung wins there hands down. Next thing is a brighter and less reflective display with more durable glass. So you know that Samsung had a partnership with Corning Gorilla Glass to have their latest new Gorilla Glass armor. And one thing that's really touted, in addition to having a brighter display panel in it with 600 nits more max brightness over the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it also has a much more anti-reflective display. And actually, look how striking this is right here. This is one of the best demos you could do. I know you guys can see this in the video because I can see it in the preview from my monitor here. Look how more reflective with my office lights, my studio lights here. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has a much more reflective display versus look at almost completely black on the S24 Ultra. It's just amazing. I don't think Samsung really sold this well enough. I think it's one of the best features of the S24 Ultra, and I don't think Samsung really talked quite enough about this in the keynote. So once again, Face ID there, I kind of have to pull it behind the camera, which again is quite annoying. So the anti-reflective display, in addition to being more durable, and the last thing, of course, is that extra brightness, which definitely helps me here in the bright Arizona sun. The next thing is true multitasking, and in fact, I'm using that right now. True multitasking means the ability to do split screen multitasking, and in Samsung's devices, you can put anything in split screen multitasking just by opening the taskbar, drag and dropping it. You can open multiple things here right in your multitasking to your split screen tasking. You can also pin this as a favorite. You can pin it to the app's edge panel, save it for later, swipe it away. And in addition to that, you can have pop-up windows like this Google Keep window that I'm using for the video, where you can have the little icon stay on the home screen and recall it whenever you want. Now on the iPhone, you have nothing like this. Of course, people will say you can swipe along the bottom to get between apps, but you really can't do any true multitasking. Like if I want to use Twitter and then I want to have another app in the bottom so I can scroll my Twitter feed while I do some other work, I can't do that. Again, on my Samsung device, not only can I do it, I can save all these different app pairs so I can recall exactly the app pairs that I want to use at any given time, which is absolutely fantastic. The next thing is a physical SIM slot. And this might seem like an obvious one, but on your Galaxy device, you still have the ability to use a physical SIM slot. There's a little tray here on the bottom. You just pop it out, insert your physical SIM. This is a huge advantage if you travel a lot and you need to insert a physical SIM while you're traveling. You can only use an eSIM on the newest iPhones, and this is a huge pain because eSIM does not allow you the easier advantage of having a physical SIM you can buy ahead of time, pop it in where you get wherever you're going. It's super convenient to have physical SIM, and I don't think Apple realizes exactly how convenient it is. Of course, your Samsung device can still support eSIM. In fact, now it can support dual eSIM in addition to the physical SIM, which just makes it all around better for that connectivity option than the iPhone. Next thing is wireless power share. And this thing pretty much seems like magic, I think, to most Apple fans. So if you go in here, wireless power share works great, by the way. Let me just go in here and search for it. Wireless power sharing, it's right under the battery settings. And basically the way this works is if you have your Galaxy Watch, for instance, I have my Galaxy Watch 6 active right here, and it's out of charge, well, what I can do is turn on wireless power sharing, and then I can go ahead and flip over my device, and just like that, you guys can see right there that my Galaxy Watch 6 active is indeed charging up, and I can do this, share it with my friends if they have, buds or watches that are dead. You can even share it with your friends that have iPhones. If their AirPods are dead, go ahead and drop them on the back of your phone. It's a really cool party trick and something that I do often with my friends who have iPhones just to show off and to show them the awesome things my Samsung phone can do. Of course, when you're done, just go ahead and turn it off, and then you are good to go. The next thing is Samsung DeX. So if you go into the settings, right here at the top, you'll actually see connected devices, and Samsung DeX is now right inside this menu. Now, what Samsung DeX lets you do is if you turn this on, it'll allow you to get a complete desktop operating system using your phone. So if you have an external monitor, you have a tablet, you can go ahead and choose to auto start this when HDMI is connected. If I connect an HDMI cable to my device, it'll basically give me a PC experience on the external monitor. That would be amazing if Apple would allow us to plug in a USB-C or HDMI to the iPhone, Thunderbolt, plug it into your external monitor, and have a version of Mac OS running on that monitor. Of course, they don't want to do that because they want to sell you more MacBook Pros, more MacBook Airs, and also the iPad. But with Samsung, you can do this anytime you want, and you can get an amazing setup at the end of the day. Connect wirelessly, you connect, basically however you want. You can even do it towards your TV. So you have a bunch of different devices in here that I would be able to connect to if I wanted to. And the final thing is launchers, icon packs, theming, etc. Now, even if you don't want to use third-party apps, which I love third-party icon packs, it's one of my favorite things about Android, you can get great theming from Samsung directly by using their GoodLock suite of apps. And what GoodLock lets you do is customize your keyboard, customize your app drawer, and it even lets you install third-party icon packs directly through a Samsung app using Theme Park, and some icon packs from the Galaxy Store if you want as well. You can also further customize your wallpapers, get moving wallpapers with effects, change your navigation buttons and gestures, customize your clock to a really high degree, customize your quick settings, your edge lighting, and a whole bunch more inside GoodLock. That's not even the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with customization on your Galaxy phone. And of course, as you know, if you've ever used an iPhone, you're pretty much stuck with these icons. You can't get custom icon packs, at least not easily. You have to change each icon one at a time, which is very annoying. And other things, customization, are completely off limits because of how locked down iOS is. So at the end of the day, the Galaxy S24 Ultra just completely destroys the iPhone in pretty much every facet. If you're thinking about getting a new flagship phone, the S24 Ultra is definitely the way to go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do get the S24 Ultra and you're thinking about buying one, again, check out our mystery box program. Use our link, fill out the form, you get a free mystery box from us with a case, cleaning kit, etc. Subscribe to the channel for more great tutorials. We're going to have tons of coverage of the S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra in the next couple of months. Hope you guys will stick around. I cover Samsung updates and software, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.